Hey everyone, welcome back to English Connect.
Hi there. We're so glad you're here with us today.
I'm your host, Sophia.
And I'm Jason. This is your space to practice real, everyday English in a relaxed and friendly way.
If you're enjoying our podcast, please hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more learners like you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your support.
Okay, everyone listening, I want you to answer this question honestly in the comments right now. Don't overthink it, just type the first thing that comes to mind.
Here's the question. What's one negative thought you had about yourself this week? Just one sentence. Maybe it was, I'm not good enough at English, or I always mess things up, or I'll never be successful.
Go ahead, pause us, write it in the comments. We're serious, we want to see it. This is important.
And don't worry, this isn't about judging you. Actually, by the end of this episode, you're going to understand why that thought showed up and how to change it.
Plus, when you see other people's comments, you'll realize everyone has these thoughts. You're not alone.
Okay, so you've written your comment. Now, here's the follow-up question, and you can just think about this one. Do you believe that thought is 100% true?
Like, is it a fact, or is it something your mind is telling you?
Because here's what we're diving into today. The power of mindset, how the way you think literally shapes your entire life.
And I'm not talking about toxic positivity or just thinking happy thoughts and everything magically works out.
No, we're talking about real, practical psychology, how your brain works, why you think the way you do, and how you can actually rewire it.
This episode is structured in 4 parts. First, we're going to talk about what mindset actually is and why it matters so much.
Then we'll break down the difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. This is going to blow your mind.
After that, we're giving you specific techniques to shift your thinking patterns, real tools you can use today.
And finally, we'll teach you the English vocabulary you need to talk about mindset, personal growth, and mental patterns.
Plus, at the end, we have a challenge that's going to change the way you see yourself, literally.
So whether you're working on your English, your career, your relationships, or just trying to feel better about yourself, this conversation is for you. Ready? Let's get into it.
Okay, Jason, let's start with the basics. When we say mindset, what are we actually talking about?
Great question. Your mindset is basically the collection of beliefs and attitudes you have about yourself and the world. It's your mental lens.
It's like the operating system of your brain. It's running in the background all the time, interpreting everything that happens to you.
Exactly. And here's the thing. Most people don't realize they even have a mindset. They think their thoughts are just facts, just reality.
Right, but they're not. They're interpretations. And you can change your interpretation.
Okay, so let me give you an example. 2 people lose their job on the same day. Person A thinks, I'm a failure. I'm not good enough. I'll never find another job. Person B thinks, okay, this is tough, but maybe this is an opportunity to find something better. What can I learn from this?
Same situation, completely different mindsets. And guess what? Their lives are going to go in totally different directions from that point.
Person A is stuck. Person B is moving forward. And the only difference is their mindset.
This is so important for English learners, too. I see this all the time.
What do you mean?
Okay, someone makes a mistake in English. They say, I goed instead of I went. Now, one learner thinks, ugh, I'm so bad at this. I'll never speak fluently. This is too hard.
Fixed mindset.
Exactly. Another learner makes the same mistake and thinks, oh, interesting. I need to remember that go becomes went. Let me practice that.
Growth mindset.
Same mistake, but one person sees it as proof they're not capable, and the other sees it as useful information.
And over time, the second person improves way faster, not because they're smarter, but because their mindset allows them to learn.
Okay, so let's break down these 2 types of mindsets properly. You mentioned fixed mindset and growth mindset.
Yeah, this is based on research by psychologist Carol Dweck. It's honestly life-changing stuff.
So explain fixed mindset first.
A fixed mindset is when you believe your abilities, intelligence, and talents are set in stone. You're either good at something or you're not.
People with a fixed mindset think things like, I'm not a math person, or I'm not creative, or I'm just bad at languages.
Right. And when they face challenges, they see it as evidence that they've reached their limit. They give up easily.
They also avoid trying new things because they're afraid of failing and looking stupid.
Exactly. Failure means I'm not capable, instead of I haven't learned this yet.
Okay, now growth mindset.
A growth mindset is when you believe abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. You're not fixed, you can grow.
People with a growth mindset think, I'm not good at this yet, but I can improve. Or, this is hard, which means I'm learning.
They see challenges as opportunities. They see failure as feedback, not as a judgment of their worth.
And here's what's fascinating. It's not about one person having a growth mindset and another having a fixed mindset. We all have both, in different areas.
Oh, absolutely. You might have a growth mindset about your career, but a fixed mindset about your social skills, or vice versa.
The key is becoming aware of where you're stuck in fixed mindset thinking and consciously shifting it.
Okay, so how do you actually do that? Because it sounds nice in theory, but changing how you think is hard.
It is hard, but it's also a skill you can practice. Let's talk about specific techniques.
First one, catch your fixed mindset thoughts. You have to notice them before you can change them.
Pay attention to the language you use, especially words like always, never, can't, just.
For example, I always mess up presentations, or I'm just not confident, or I can never remember vocabulary.
Those are fixed mindset red flags. They're absolute statements that close off possibility.
So when you catch yourself thinking that way, pause and rephrase it.
Instead of, I always mess up presentations, try, I'm still learning how to give presentations, and I'm getting better each time.
See how that opens up space for improvement? It's not lying to yourself, it's being more accurate.
Second technique, add the word yet to the end of your negative statements.
Oh, I love this one. It's so simple but so powerful.
Instead of, I can't speak English fluently, say, I can't speak English fluently yet.
That tiny word completely changes the meaning. It acknowledges where you are now, but it implies you're on a journey.
It turns a closed door into an open path. Your brain actually responds differently to that.
Third technique, reframe failure as data.
Okay, explain this one.
When something doesn't work out, instead of thinking, I failed, I'm not good enough, ask yourself, what information did this give me? What can I learn?
So if you bomb a job interview, instead of spiraling into, I'm terrible at interviews, I'll never get hired, you ask, what questions threw me off? What can I prepare better next time?
Exactly. You're treating it like a scientist treats an experiment. It didn't work. Okay, what do we adjust?
That removes the emotional judgment and makes it practical.
Fourth technique, celebrate effort, not just results.
This is huge. We're so conditioned to only feel good when we succeed, but that's setting yourself up for a lot of disappointment.
Right. If you only feel proud when you get an A or win the competition or give a perfect presentation, you're going to spend most of your life feeling inadequate.
But if you celebrate the fact that you studied hard, or you practiced consistently, or you pushed yourself to try something scary, then you're constantly reinforcing positive behavior.
And honestly, the effort is the part you control. You can't always control the outcome.
So true. You can't control whether you get the job, but you can control how well you prepare for the interview.
Fifth technique, surround yourself with growth mindset people.
Your environment matters so much. If everyone around you is saying, that's just how I am, I can't change, that becomes your normal.
But if you're around people who are constantly learning, trying new things, talking about their failures openly, that becomes your normal.
You can find these people in online communities, book clubs, language learning groups, podcasts like this one.
Exactly. You're choosing to be here, which means you're already choosing growth.
Okay, I want to address something because I know some people listening are thinking it right now.
What's that?
This sounds like toxic positivity. Just think positive and everything's fine. Just believe in yourself.
Oh yeah, that's not what we're saying at all.
No. Having a growth mindset doesn't mean ignoring real problems or pretending everything is great when it's not.
It's not about fake optimism. It's about honest assessment plus belief in your capacity to grow.
You can acknowledge, this is really hard right now. I'm struggling. I don't have the skills I need yet, while also believing, and I can develop those skills.
Both things are true. The difficulty is real, and your potential is real.
Thank you for saying that, because I think a lot of personal development advice comes across as dismissive of real challenges.
Absolutely. And also, changing your mindset isn't going to fix systemic problems or remove real obstacles from your path.
Right, like if you're facing discrimination or poverty or health issues, mindset alone isn't going to solve that.
But it can help you navigate those challenges more effectively. It gives you agency in the areas where you do have control.
Exactly. It's one tool, not the only tool.
Okay, let's talk about language patterns specifically since this is an English learning podcast.
Yes, the words you use actually shape your thoughts, so learning to speak in growth mindset language helps reinforce growth mindset thinking.
What are some examples of language shifts people can make?
Instead of, I'm bad at this, say, I'm still learning this.
Instead of, I can't do this, say, I can't do this yet, or I haven't figured out how to do this yet.
Instead of, this is too hard, say, this is challenging, but I can break it down into smaller steps.
Instead of, I made a mistake, say, I'm learning from this experience.
Instead of, I'm not smart enough, say, I need to approach this differently, or I need more practice.
These aren't just semantic changes, they're actually training your brain to think differently.
And when you speak this way out loud, you're reinforcing it even more strongly.
That's why I have my students practice saying these kinds of statements even when they don't fully believe them yet.
Right, because the belief follows the practice. You don't wait until you believe it to say it. You say it until you believe it.
Okay, here's a question I get a lot. How long does it take to change your mindset?
Honest answer? It's not a one-time thing. It's ongoing.
Yeah, you don't just flip a switch and suddenly have a growth mindset forever. You have to practice it daily.
Think of it like learning a language. You don't become fluent in a day. You practice consistently, you make mistakes, you improve gradually.
And some days you'll slip back into fixed mindset thinking, and that's okay. Just notice it and redirect.
The brain is plastic. It can change, but it takes repetition and time.
Research suggests it takes anywhere from 21 to 66 days to form a new habit, depending on the complexity.
So if you're practicing mindset shifts every day, you'll probably start noticing real changes within a month or two.
But it's a lifelong practice. I've been working on this for years, and I still catch myself in fixed mindset thinking sometimes.
Same. Just yesterday, I caught myself thinking, I'm just not organized. And I had to stop and be like, wait, that's not true. I can develop better organizational systems.
See, even we do it. The difference is we notice and correct it.
All right, let's recap the main points before we move into vocabulary.
Your mindset is your collection of beliefs about yourself and your abilities.
Fixed mindset says, I'm stuck as I am. Growth mindset says, I can develop and improve.
Everyone has both in different areas. The goal is to notice where you're stuck and consciously shift.
Techniques include catching fixed thoughts, adding yet, reframing failure as data, celebrating effort, and surrounding yourself with growth-oriented people.
Language matters. The words you use train your brain.
And it's a practice, not a one-time change. Be patient with yourself.
If you do this consistently, you will see real changes in your confidence, your resilience, and your results.
All right, everyone, let's break down 5 key expressions from today's episode.
These are all super useful for talking about personal growth, psychology, and mindset.
First one, to be stuck. We used this a lot today.
To be stuck means to be unable to move forward or make progress. You feel trapped in a situation or pattern.
You can be physically stuck, like stuck in traffic, but we often use it for mental or emotional states too.
I feel stuck in my career, or I'm stuck in a negative thought pattern, or I'm stuck at this level of English.
It describes that frustrating feeling of not being able to break through to the next level.
Second expression, to spiral into.
To spiral into something means to gradually descend into a worse state, usually mentally or emotionally, and it gets more intense as it goes.
like a spiral staircase going down. Once you start, you keep going deeper.
After one rejection, I spiraled into self-doubt, or the argument spiraled into a huge fight.
It suggests losing control and things getting progressively worse.
Number 3, red flag.
A red flag is a warning sign that something might be wrong or problematic. It comes from the literal red flags used to signal danger.
We use it a lot in relationships, like, he showed so many red flags early on, but you can use it for anything.
Using the word always is a red flag for fixed mindset thinking, or that job posting had some red flags.
It means, pay attention, this could be a problem.
Fourth expression, to close off.
To close off means to shut down possibilities or prevent access to something. You're blocking something.
In our context today, we talked about how fixed mindset thinking closes off possibilities.
When you say, I can't, you're closing yourself off to opportunities, or he's very closed off emotionally.
It's the opposite of being open. You're creating barriers instead of connections.
And finally, to blow your mind.
This is a casual expression meaning to amaze or surprise you in a big way, something that completely changes your perspective.
That movie blew my mind, or learning about neuroplasticity blew my mind.
It's usually used positively for when something is so interesting or unexpected that it feels like your mind is exploding with new understanding.
So those are your 5 expressions: to be stuck, to spiral into, red flag, to close off, and to blow your mind.
All really useful for conversations about personal development and growth.
Okay, Jason, I'm really excited about this week's challenge.
Me too. This one's going to be powerful.
Here's what we want you to do. It's a 3-part challenge.
Part 1, go back to that negative thought you wrote in the comments at the beginning. Look at it.
Now, rewrite it with growth mindset language. Add yet, remove absolute words, reframe it.
Share both versions in the comments. I used to think, but now I'm thinking.
Part 2, for the next 7 days, keep a mindset journal, just 5 minutes a day.
Write down one fixed mindset thought you caught yourself having and how you reframed it.
You don't need to share this publicly, but track it for yourself. You'll be shocked at how many fixed thoughts you have that you never noticed before.
And Part 3, find one person in your life and share what you learned from this episode.
Teaching someone else is the best way to solidify your own understanding. Plus, you're spreading growth mindset thinking to others.
You can even send them this episode. Personal development is better when you're doing it with others.
And honestly, some of you are going to do this challenge and see major shifts in your life. I'm not exaggerating.
Mindset work is the foundation of everything else. When you change how you think, you change your actions, and that changes your results.
It affects your English learning, your career, your relationships, your mental health, everything.
So take this seriously, but also be compassionate with yourself. You're rewiring decades of thinking patterns.
If you found this episode valuable, please share it with someone who needs to hear this message.
And subscribe if you haven't already. We create episodes like this every week to help you improve your English while also growing as a person.
Because learning English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about confidence and mindset, too.
You know what I want to leave everyone with today?
What's that?
Your current thoughts are not facts. They're just the story your brain is telling based on past experiences. And you can change the story.
That's beautiful and true. You're not defined by your current limitations. You're defined by your willingness to grow beyond them.
So to everyone listening, you're capable of way more than you think. Start believing it.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week.
Keep growing, keep learning, and remember, small mindset shifts lead to big life changes.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.